Joining me now is Executive Vice President and Chief of Public Policy at the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, Matthew Holmes. Matthew, good morning and thank you for your time.
Great to be with you, Archie.
So Minister Sidhu announcing a record $1.3 billion in deals. How do we see these MOUs convert into long-term economic benefactors?
Well, long-term is the key phrase there, and that is, as your colleague reported, and some of the commentary from Canadian participants on that mission, so important in relationship building in Japan. We've had at the Canadian Chamber of Commerce a 15-year exchange where every year we send a delegation to Japan, and in the next year they bring a delegation to Canada, and that's a business-to-business conversation because the relationship is so important. So the showing up, being there and maintaining that relationship builds that trust, builds the long-term investment and capital formation that's so integral. And you can see that. I mean, Japan is already our fourth or fifth largest import or export market. They're a very important investor. They're probably our fourth largest foreign direct investor. And they have critical capital in play in Canada in major infrastructure, some of our energy projects, mining projects, the auto manufacturing sector, key partnerships that are decades. They're measured in decades. And so these sorts of missions are really important. The MOUs that are struck and released at these missions are the beginning of long-term relationships, and that's what's so important here.
And what was so interesting about this trade mission was the fact we had over 175 cooperations there, and defense and security formed the largest cohort on this mission. What does that tell you?
That's and we had that similarly in the South Korea mission in April, which I attended. My colleague from the Canadian Chamber was also on this Tokyo mission. And we're seeing that's a very important through line. Advanced manufacturing, defense technology, critical minerals. Those are areas that in Japan in particular, as well as South Korea and that part of the world, there's both a lot of expertise, but opportunities for Canadian businesses to be integrated into supply chains that have global reach. And that's really important for us. We see that in some of our aerospace, in drone technology, and other areas where Canadian innovation can actually be part of a bigger multinational or international play. And that, again, builds a long-term business proposition that's really, really good for our economy.
Executive Vice President and Chief of Public Policy at the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, Matthew Holmes. Appreciate your time, Matthew. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Take care.